The night was unusually quiet in the Hassan household. The faint ticking of the grandfather clock echoed through the living room, while the smell of chamomile tea lingered in the air. At 82, Maryam Hassan sat stiffly in her old wooden chair, her hands trembling as they clasped the edges of a faded shawl. Her eyes, misty with age but still sharp with memory, followed the silhouette of a young woman bustling in the kitchen. That young woman was Aisha, her son's fiancée. Maryam had been waiting weeks for this moment. Every time she looked at Aisha, she felt the storm inside her chest grow heavier, like an avalanche of truths threatening to crash down. Tonight, she had decided, no matter the cost, she would speak. When Aisha returned to the sitting room with a steaming cup of tea, she noticed the elderly woman's restless gaze. "Auntie, you look pale," Aisha said softly, placing the cup in front of her. "Are you all right?" Miriam's lips parted but no words came. She pressed her hands together, as though in prayer, and finally whispered, "Child, please sit. There are things you must hear before you marry my son." Aisha's brow furrowed. She sat, smoothing her dupatta across her knees. "You're worrying me. What's wrong?" Miriam's voice cracked. "I beg you, listen with patience. What I will say may change everything between you and him, and perhaps even between you and me." The air grew heavy. Aisha leaned forward, her pulse quickening. "Please, tell me." Maryam closed her eyes. Her mind swirled back decades, to a time when the Hassan family's life was golden. She had been young, beautiful, and deeply in love with her husband, Harun. They had 2 children, Imran, the eldest, and Farah, the daughter whose laughter once filled the house. But behind those bright memories lay shadows Aisha could never have imagined. "Your fiancé, my son, he carries a secret," Maryam began. "One that began long before you were born. And I fear, if I die with it in my heart, it will destroy you both." Aisha swallowed, her eyes fixed on the woman's trembling hands. "Years ago," Maryam continued, "my husband had an affair. He betrayed me with a woman who was not only my friend but also part of our family. Her name was Salma." Aisha gasped, covering her mouth. "Your husband, Imran's father?" "Yes," Maryam said, her voice bitter yet wounded. "He betrayed me. Salma became pregnant. And when the child was born, my husband insisted she be raised as ours. That child was Imran." The world spun for Aisha. Her fingers dug into the fabric of her clothes as her chest rose and fell with sharp breaths. "You mean," she whispered, unable to finish the sentence. "Yes," Maryam said, tears streaking down her cheeks. "Imran is not truly my blood. His real mother was Salma. I raised him as my own, but he was always a reminder of Harun's betrayal. My daughter, Farah, she knew. She resented him, hated the way he received all the attention, while her existence was overshadowed by the truth I kept locked away." Aisha's heart pounded. She had always sensed a strange distance in Imran, a certain darkness in his gaze. Now, the puzzle pieces began to fit together. "But why tell me this now?" she asked in a voice that quivered. "Because," Maryam said desperately, clutching Aisha's hands, "you must know what kind of man you are marrying. Secrets of blood cannot remain hidden forever. Already, the cracks are showing. Imran, he is not who you think he is." Aisha pulled back slightly, her eyes filled with fear and confusion. I don't understand. I love him. He loves me. Why should this matter now?" Maryam's eyes narrowed with sorrow. "Because love cannot survive on betrayal. And Imran, he hides things, just as his father did." The room fell silent. Outside, the wind rattled the windows, as though echoing the turmoil inside Aisha's chest. After a long pause, she whispered, "What has he hidden?" Maryam's breath hitched. She wanted to stop, to bury the words, but she had already come too far. "A year ago, before he met you, Imran was engaged to another woman. A girl named Zara. She was kind, full of life. But their relationship ended in tragedy." "What happened?" Aisha asked, clutching her chest. "She disappeared," Maryam said coldly. "The police never found her. They questioned Imran, but he claimed innocence. I never believed him fully. Sometimes, late at night, I hear him muttering in his sleep, as if haunted by what he has done." Aisha's face drained of color. Are you accusing your own son of?" "I don't know," Maryam cried, her frail body shaking. "I don't know the truth, but I know he is not innocent. And I cannot let you walk into this marriage blind. Please, child, if you love yourself, if you value your life, think carefully before you give your heart to him. Aisha's world crumbled. The man she loved, the man she thought she knew, was he capable of such darkness? She wanted to scream, to deny it all, but Miriam's tears struck her like arrows. Suddenly, the sound of a car pulling up outside cut through the silence. A door slammed shut. Footsteps crunched against gravel. Imran was home. Panic surged through Miriam's chest. She grabbed Aisha's wrist. Please, do not tell him what I have said. Not yet. If he knows, he may turn against me, against you. The door opened, and Imran walked in, his broad shoulders filling the frame. He smiled when he saw Aisha but faltered when his eyes landed on his mother's tear-streaked face. What's going on? He asked sharply. Aisha quickly wiped her eyes and forced a smile. Nothing, Imran. Your mother was just telling me stories about the past. Imran narrowed his eyes but said nothing. Instead, he wrapped his arm around Aisha's shoulders, kissing her temple. Come, let's eat. I brought dinner. That night, Aisha lay awake in bed, her mind racing with Miriam's words. Secrets of blood, love, betrayal, they circled her thoughts like vultures. She remembered Imran's tender touch, his laughter, the way he spoke about their future. But now, every memory was tainted by suspicion. In the days that followed, Aisha began to notice things she had overlooked before, the way Imran avoided talking about Zara, how he grew defensive whenever his past was mentioned, the cold flashes in his eyes when angered. One evening, unable to hold it in any longer, she confronted him. Imran, she said, her voice shaking, what happened to Zara? His fork froze midway to his mouth. His jaw tightened. Why are you asking about her? I need to know, she whispered. She vanished. People said things. Did you? Imran slammed the fork down, his face darkening. Don't listen to rumors. Zara left. She couldn't handle me, us. That's all. His tone was final, but his eyes betrayed something, fear. That night, as he slept beside her, Aisha lay awake, her heart pounding. She remembered Miriam's plea. If you value your life, think carefully. Weeks turned into months. The wedding day drew near, but Aisha's doubts grew heavier with each passing hour. She tried to confront Miriam again, but the elderly woman grew weaker, her health declining rapidly. It was as if the weight of the secrets was consuming her from the inside. One stormy evening, Aisha visited Miriam at her bedside. The old woman's breaths were shallow, her hands cold. She gripped Aisha's wrist with surprising strength. Promise me, she gasped, that you will not let history repeat itself. Do not be blinded by love, as I once was. Blood betrays, love betrays. Protect yourself. Tears blurred Aisha's vision. I promise. Miriam's eyes closed, and within hours, she passed away, taking the full truth of her heart with her. The funeral was somber. Imran shed tears, but Aisha could not tell if they were genuine grief or a mask. The whispers of betrayal haunted her, louder than ever. After Miriam's death, Aisha searched the house, desperate for answers. In the bottom of an old chest, she found a bundle of letters tied with a ribbon. They were from Zara. Her words painted a picture of a woman in love, yet fearful. The last letter ended abruptly, unfinished, with ink smeared as though by trembling hands. Aisha's stomach turned. She felt the walls closing in around her. She could no longer ignore the truth. The night before their wedding, she stood before Imran, holding the letters. Tell me the truth, she demanded, tears streaming down her cheeks. What happened to her? Imran's face turned ashen. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then, with a voice low and trembling, he whispered, she betrayed me. She tried to leave me. I couldn't let her. Aisha's heart shattered. The man she had loved confessed with chilling simplicity. She took a step back, clutching the letters to her chest. You're just like your father, she whispered. Secrets, betrayal, blood on your hands. Imran's eyes darkened, but before he could move, Aisha fled. Out of the house, into the night, her tears mixing with the rain. She knew then that Miriam had been right all along. Love built on lies cannot survive. And secrets, no matter how deeply buried, always rise from the grave.